Hey everyone, it's Jason here. In our last video we talked about the things you need to start a dirted aquarium and specific plants to have in order to slow down the growth of algae. So in this video we're gonna start creating our tank.
I probably left out a lot of things, a lot of tips, but I'm gonna go through it as we start. So how much dirt do we use, you ask? It really depends how many plant, like what the type of plant you want to grow. Myself, I have some dwarf Sagittaria, so Sagittaria subulata. The roots go pretty deep. It goes around like 3-4 inches even. Generally, I would recommend 2 inches at least. I'm gonna do 3 inches, but sometimes it's not ideal because if you do 3 inches and then you cap it with 1 inch of substrate, then it's going to be literally 4 inches. It's going to be almost like 1/3 of your tank. So when you look at your fish tank, you don't want to be looking at like the bottom. So yeah, I would recommend 2 inches. Also, when you put dirt, I would recommend patting it down very, very, very tightly, as tightly as you can. From a planting perspective, that's not a good idea because you want the soil to be loose. So from a beginner dirted tank point of view, that's a great idea because the harder you pack the soil, nutrients seep into the water slower. And that would, especially if you're a beginner, and you buy only a few plants, that would allow the time for your floating plants to propagate and multiply, so you stand a better chance against the algae. You are worried about the algae, you don't have to put that much dirt, but think of your long-term goal. Like you don't want to be adding dirt later on for your tank, because I mean that's something you do in the beginning. I don't think it's possible to add dirt later on. It's just going to go on top. It's going to make a mess out of everything. So just put enough dirt in the beginning so you don't have to make any changes. And next we're going to put in some substrate. You're going to need at least 1 inch of substrate because I learned this the hard way. The reason for that is because when you gravel vac, if it's any less than 1 inch, it's just going to suck all the dirt up instead of the gravel, and the debris is just going to suck all the dirt up, and it's going to be a pain because your Python or whatever aquarium water changer you have, it's going to get clogged, and then you need to go back to the sink. You need to make it go in reverse, shoot the water back out, and then suck it back in, and it's just going to happen on and on and on. It's going to take you forever to do a water change. The more gravel you put, the longer it'll take for your plants to get rooted in. It might take a week for the roots to get planted, but hey, I mean, once it does get planted, everything is smooth from there. Next, you're gonna have to put some water in there. So yeah, I'm gonna transfer the water from the other tank to here. Yeah, I'm just gonna fill up all the way. I'm not even gonna add new water to it because I just did a water change yesterday, so it's all good. That way I can just take the fish and put it in there because it's the same water, and that's great as well. Alright, now that I have the filter going, let's add some plants. Yeah, I put a bunch of plants inside. Take a look. You have the algae control taken care of. Now the next part is to have a way to eliminate the algae.
Hey, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more of my future projects, click here to subscribe, and click here for part 3 of this video.